Ask an AI company if their agent is good, and you'll get a benchmark score. Ask which benchmark, and the story falls apart. On one scoreboard, the best AI agents now resolve the majority of real software bugs, better than most junior engineers would, on a clock. On another scoreboard, testing the exact same class of model, doing something a 5-year-old can do, open an app, click a button, drag a file, the best agent in the world still loses to an average human by 60 points. Same AI agents, two completely different report cards. Nobody shows you both at once. A benchmark isn't a vibe check, it's a fixed set of tasks with one hard rule. Something outside the model decides pass or fail. A test suite that either goes green or a human grader checking if the web page actually got booked. No partial credit for a good try. That rule is also the whole story here, because how easy it is to write that hard rule turns out to matter enormously. Start with the one agents are actually winning. SWE-bench Verified takes real closed GitHub issues from real open-source projects and asks an agent to write a patch that makes the project's own test suite pass. The same bar a human contributor has to clear. When Anthropic shipped Claude Sonnet 4.5 in September 2025, it resolved 77.2% of those issues on the standard run, climbing to 82% when given extra compute to think longer. And Anthropic called it state-of-the-art at the time. Think about what that number means. Given a real bug, a real engineer opened a real ticket for, the agent gets it right more than 3 times out of 4. Here's why coding turned out to be the friendliest arena for agents. There's a compiler, a test runner, and a diff. The agent can try something, watch it fail instantly and try again. Thousands of tiny, unambiguous, ungraded by a human feedback loops before it ever shows you the final patch. That's not cheating. It's just an environment built entirely out of clear, yes, no signals, which happens to be exactly the thing that lets an agent self-correct fast. Now the other scoreboard. OSWorld doesn't test code. It drops an agent into an actual Ubuntu, Windows or macOS desktop and gives it real tasks. Open this spreadsheet, format that cell, attach this file to that email. No compiler telling it wrong 1,000 times a second. Just a screen, a mouse, a keyboard, and a goal. Human testers doing these same 369 tasks succeed 72.36% of the time. Not perfect, just normal competent computer use. When OSWorld launched in 2024, the best model in the world managed just 12.24%, a nearly 60-point gap under human performance. That gap has been closing. By September 2025, Claude Sonnet 4.5 pushed the record to 61.4%, up from Sonnet 4's 42.2% only 4 months earlier. That's real fast progress. It's also still below what an average human does on autopilot. On the exact kind of task AI agent replaces your job, headlines love to imply is already solved. Same pattern shows up again on WebArena, which scores agents navigating real shopping sites, forums, and content tools end-to-end. When the benchmark launched, the best GPT-4-based agent completed 14.41% of tasks correctly, against a 78.24% human baseline. Different benchmark, different lab, same shape of gap. Structured code-like tasks are falling fast. Open-ended, just use this website like a person would. Tasks are not. So here's the actual scoreboard side by side, a benchmark with a compiler and a test suite behind it. Agents are near human or better. A benchmark that's just use a computer the way a person does. Agents are still clearly behind, even after a year of fast progress. That's not AI agents are bad, and it's not AI agents have arrived. It's a specific, predictable pattern. Agents excel exactly where the feedback is instant and unambiguous, and struggle exactly where it isn't. Writing code, the agent gets to fail privately, over and over, before you ever see the output. Clicking through a real desktop, one wrong click can silently derail the whole task. A misread icon, a drop-down that didn't open, a pop-up it didn't notice, and there's no compiler shouting, "That was wrong," the instant it happens. The errors compound instead of getting caught. That's a much harder failure mode to train away, and it's why the two scoreboards move at such different speeds. Claude Sonnet 5, which Anthropic launched at the end of June 2026, pushes further on exactly this weak spot. Its own announcement says Sonnet 5 gets substantially improved cost efficiency on OSWorld Verified and can match Opus 4.8 on some tasks. Anthropic hasn't published one clean new headline percentage for it yet, but the direction is the same one this whole scoreboard has been tracking. Real-world computer use is improving, just from much further behind than code ever was. So next time someone shows you an AI agent benchmark score, the first question isn't, is that good? It's, which kind of task is this? A coding benchmark and a desktop navigation benchmark aren't measuring the same skill, and treating a great SWE-bench score as proof the same agent can run your whole computer is exactly the gap this scoreboard exists to expose. The honest scoreboard says two true things at once. AI agents already write and fix code about as well as a solid human contributor on a clock. And the same class of agent still can't reliably use a computer the way you do without a human quietly checking its work. Both are real, only one of them gets the headline.